Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Social HR Guy, and I am your host for this evening's showing between the Battlefield Bats and Fear. Fear and the Battlefield Bats will be playing a domination scrim here on the server. So I think the teams are getting set up right now. And we're just going to open things up here. Yeah, it looks like the German Empire will be the Battlefield Bats, and Fear will be coming in as the British Empire. So Battlefield Bats will be the blue team, and Fear will be the red team. And so the Devil's Dozen, otherwise known as Fear, and of course the Battlefield Bats. Looks like we're still getting ready. So let's take a quick look at the field here, and see what we can. See what we can see. So we're on free cam mode right now. Looks like we're in Amiens for the first map. This is going to be 5 versus 5 domination for this game. So it's going to be a good game. Domination's slightly different from Conquest and other modes. More about being agile in the field, having a good strategy to hold the flags. There's going to be a lot of action today here at this flag, at the A flag, I think. We're going to go up a little bit here. One second. Zoom out here a little bit. So we have the A flag, and then if we move down the alley here, we'll also see a lot of action here for the Charlie flag, probably. And then as we move down the road, we can see that Fear's actually already started here at the butterfly. So we're going to go back out to tabletop mode. And looks like the round is starting in just a few minutes. Oh, looks like we're restarting here. Yeah, looks like we're reloading in. Just to make sure that maybe some game settings are off there. This is being broadcast today with BCL rules, so that's Battlefield Core League rules. Today is a core event. This league is pretty interesting because it actually does both hardcore and core events. So they're getting ready here for a matchup of BCL or core event rules. So it looks like we're waiting for one more person from the Bats team. Hopefully they get that person in. If they're unable to produce 5 players, they will forfeit the game. Looks like Fear or the Devil's Dozen, they've got their 5 players in. It looks like the Battlefield Bats is waiting for one more player here. So hopefully they're going to put get that person onto the team, and we'll be starting shortly. Usually the match goes in and starts exactly at the 40-second mark. So let's see what happens. Today's match, by the way, is going to be best out of three maps. The 3 maps I think are going to be Amiens, Ballroom Blitz, and the new Luckpao Pass map. Now, obviously, I need to work on my Russian, but Luckpao Pass will be the next map. So we're already 6 seconds in. Nobody spawned in, so it seems like probably they're waiting to get that 5th bat in there. I think that they can typically wait up to a minute 30. And so again, crossing my fingers that Bats is able to actually produce that 5th player, or by BCL rules, they will forfeit the match. Okay. Well, let's go down again to the map view. And again, here's the Point Neuf square, which is the A point. You'll notice in domination that it's much more focused map. Here's point B. Oh, and it sounds like maybe there's some activity happening. No, maybe not. And as we move down the street here of course is the Charlie point as well. So we're going to move back to not two options. But we're going to move back to tabletop view. I don't see anybody on the board yet. And we'll switch into the alpha point here. We're overlooking alpha right now. This is actually a pretty good position to watch the rest of the board from, because I'm right in the center here. You'll see a lot of action in these back alleys as people move between Charlie, Butter in the south side of the map, and of course Alpha. So you'll see a lot of action that just kind of runs straight through these kind of back alleys here. You'll also see a lot of stuff happening right on the outside of the map, towards the back alley here, between Butter Point and Charlie. A lot of action will be happening over here. And of course, as we move towards Alpha. Oh, looks like we've got action in Alpha. Okay, looks like Ghost Rider has spawned in, so it looks like we're going here. We're in player view right now, and we're on Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's been leading the Battlefield Bats. Looks like he's making a push towards Butter. Looks like the Battlefield Bats have got... looks like Bats have got Butter right now, and they're pushing on Charlie. Looks like he needs some health.
We are losing objective apples.
And he gets taken down by Fear. Okay, let's go back to tabletop mode. Looks like Fear is going to take Alpha and Charlie, and but it's tied up right now. Looks like six to 7 points, so it's pretty close. Fear's got a lot more people on the board though right now. It looks like they're taking Alpha. They're definitely about to take Butter, so they may have a full flag cap in just a couple of seconds here. So let's follow Stoner here. We're gonna get in on him.
We have taken objective
as
Butter.
he takes the B point.
We're taking the objective.
Looks like they're moving in towards. Looks like he's using a. It looks like an RSC that he's using right there. I'm gonna see if we can expand him. He's on fire, but he's throwing down his own first aid.
We are losing objective apples.
So let's go back out here. Okay, so it looks like Batsa is going to take Charlie Point, and probably going to take Alpha here. We got a couple of Fear troopers that are now taking Charlie Point, but it's still well, Fear's got about a 10-point lead at this point. Let's spawn in here. Dooman. Oh, and Dooman gets taken out as soon as we get spawned in on him. All right, let's go back out to tabletop. Outlaw, one of the big shooters for the Battlefield Bats. Let's follow him in as they move towards Apples. They're going to try and retake Apples at this point. Looks like he's got a rocket gun out there. He's going to make use of that. Okay, he got a hit marker there.
Objective apples.
Alright. And he takes out 2 players. That was a really good takedown by Outlaw.
We have taken objective apples.
So they're going to hold Apples. And they now hold the Apple and Charlie Point, but Fear definitely has Butter. It looks like Fear is making a push, though, towards Apple and Charlie at the same point in time. One guy holding Charlie, one guy holding Apples at this point. I don't think the Bats are going to be able to hold these points, but let's see what happens. We've got Outlaw at Charlie, and it looks like we've got Dooman at Charlie. Outlaw is down. No, he's not. He's still holding Alpha. And the Fear troops they're right in there at Butter. So let's go now to free camera. And we'll zoom out here a little bit. Alright, here we go. We're high above the field here. Let's go into that middle section It looks like Ghost Rider is trying to make a push at B, but I don't think he made it. Oh, he did make it through. He's making a push at the butter point. Fear, though, is right on his tail. Fear is definitely making a push on Alpha. They've got three of their team on Alpha, and they're definitely going to cap that point. Let's see if Fear's got anybody over here at Charlie. Actually, it doesn't seem like anybody's got anybody on Charlie. So that point is open. Let's go up again. See if we can see what's happening. Oh, it looks like Fear's about to make a push on Charlie. No, maybe they're making a push on Butter. They seem to be stuck in that back alley. So hopefully they can find their way out of there. Definitely some action here on Charlie. Looks like it's being taken by and held by the Battlefield Bats. Nope, looks like I think Fear took them out. They're gonna take that. So let's actually get in on let's go into tabletop view here. We're gonna follow Dr. Doom. Let's find Dr. Doom here. We're gonna follow him as they take the Charlie point. He's definitely got some comrades. Oh, yeah, here it looks like wow. So that was a short-lived takedown at Charlie Point, and it looks like the Battlefield Bats are making a push onto Charlie. Yeah, it looks like Battlefield Bats are going to take Charlie. We've got one. Ghost Rider's the one guy who's at Alpha, but maybe he's just waiting until the Fear Troopers leave. Let's go down
we
to
are
Ghost.
losing objective butter.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. He was waiting out there until Fear moved off the point, and now he's going to take the Alpha point.
We have lost
It's a pretty
objective
good,
butter.
pretty strong strategy for Ghost Rider to use.
Erste Hilfe, greif zu, Mann! Erste Hilfe, nimm schon!
We have taken objective apples. We have lost objective Charlie.
Alright, so it looks like the objective Charlie is
Erste Hilfe für
gone.
dich! Dann kommst du auf die Beine.
Looks like Ghost is playing medic this time, which is, I don't know if that's one of his usual classes or not, but he gets a hit marker there, but he goes down as they move into that butter point. Let's go back to tabletop view. Looks like said the Battlefield Bats are holding at so the Battlefield Bats were holding at Charlie at this point, and not holding Butter, and they are still holding down Apples. It's still very close though, 61 points to 52 points, so this could definitely go any way. Definitely Fear is about to take that Alpha point though. There's no resistance at Alpha. I don't know if Bats are still using their sort of stay behind approach, but let's actually go take a look. If I can get the camera to go down there. No, it doesn't look like it. So let's move over to the Butter point where Fear is definitely making a push on Butter. And it looks like they're going to be successful. We're going to zoom out here. And yeah, they're going to cap Butter. And it looks like they've capped Charlie. And the Bats have taken Alpha. Let's go over here to Alpha. Don't see anybody here at Alpha. So I think the battle must be raging right now over here at Charlie. Unless it's, oh yeah, there are the remaining, well, what was left of the Bats at Charlie Point. So I think Fear, if they know what they're doing, they're now going to make a push on Alpha. No, it looks like, oh, wait a minute, hold on here. It looks like the Bats are making a push on Butter. They've got one, nope, two Fear that are still up and moving. One of them is a medic. They're going to try and get him down. 2-on-1 at this point. Still haven't eliminated him. Oh, there we go. Now he's down. So they're going to take that Charlie point. So far, Bats have got about a 10-point lead in this first map. Looks like a single bat is at Charlie Point, but he's about to be reinforced. Yeah, but they've got Fear coming up on the south here. They do take a number of Fear down, but we've got one more Fear trooper who is, I believe, in the building. Looks like he's about to get flanked, though. Oh, and he gets taken down by a melee, I believe. Definitely his tags. Looks like his tags are gone. So let's actually go into a bat here. I'm going to go back to tabletop. Oh, actually, no. We're on Dooman right now. Dooman's got a very nicely modded rifle. Dooman gets taken out as Fear makes a push on that Charlie Point. Heading back out now to free camera. Actually, no, we're gonna go to tabletop. So looks like Fear's making a push for Butter, being defended by one bat. They're definitely going to cap the Charlie Point, and they currently hold Alpha. Looks like some bats are moving into Alpha. Got some dead Fear members. So let's head up here, and we're gonna.
We have lost objective
on deck why I am. I don't know what that username is, but I think he's got to be flanked as well.
The sergeant's been hurt! I need help!
He may have somebody behind him. He's doing overlook right now on Alpha. Popping smoke. They're moving into Alpha, but I believe there's a bat in there. Oh yeah, he gets taken out by Ghost Rider. Alright. We're moving back out to tabletop. It looks like the bats now hold Charlie and Alpha. 98 points to 76 points. So they're starting to open up a fairly healthy lead. And let's go down in on Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider seems to have... Well, he hasn't switched his primary weapon. Same weapon.
Halfway there, we have the upper hand.
He dodged a grenade there. Looks like he's got some enemies on that butter point. And he gets taken out by dynamite. That was quite the takedown. So looks like we've got only one bat on Butter right now, but he's keeping them busy at Butter. So let's follow in on on this Fear member.
You got damage? I'll fix you up.
Oh, medic.
We have taken objective Charlie.
That's sorry, BK Stoner 421. Killing himself really well there, keeping his team alive. He's definitely taking and holding that Charlie Point. Looks like they have Butter, so they're just waiting for a push on the Alpha Point. Or they're trying to hold Charlie. It looks like they're just really trying to hold Charlie at this point. Fear went down, Doctor went down. They're looking for the bat, it looks like. Oh, takes down a bat. They're definitely holding that Charlie Point. They're really doing well at holding this Charlie Point. Here's some action beside him. It's really annoying at this Charlie Point that you can very quickly be on fire, and that can affect your health. So it looks like the bats now will hold Alpha and Charlie, and Fear will hold Butter. So let's take a moment to go in here on Dooman as he moves towards Alpha. He's got a lot of Fear members behind him, so I wonder if he's going to get taken out from behind. Oh, he put some damage. He's going to try and flank him. Oh, and he uses the pickaxe to take a Fear member out. That's a good melee takedown, so that's going to be
We have lost objective Apple.
some good. So that's not good. That he gets taken out at the Charlie Point. But opening up a now an almost 18 point lead for the Battlefield Bats. Let's go in on Ghost Rider as they move into the Butter Point. Looks like they're going to try and take Butter with just two of them. They're looking for... Oh, he didn't see him. He gets taken out, but they managed to do a revenge kill there. Dooman is going to, I think, heal Ghost Rider. Maybe not. maybe Ghost Rider is the only medic for the Battlefield Bats at this point. Alright, let's go back into free can mode. So it looks like largely, nope, I think that at Butter Point there's one sole bat holding on to that Sun Champion. It looks like we've got Dooman over at Charlie Point trying to take that point, and he's got to deal with 2 Fear members. And he's stayed alive, surprisingly. Nope, he's down. Deck YIM, he's definitely got a good overview point there. So let's actually watch him for a minute. Yep, he took him out. Going down help for himself. Oh, but he gets taken out.
We have taken objective butter.
So it looks like Bats are now opening about a 10-point lead. Even though they have lost Alpha, they've lost Butter. Ghost Rider's about to move in on. Let's watch the Fear defense of Alpha right now.
First aid, use it.
They're healing
All objectives.
each other.
We have lost objective butter.
Looks like the Bats have just overtaken that.
We have lost objective apples.
That point. So here comes Ghost Rider. They're going to make a back alley entrance, and I think they're going to try and flank Fear at this point. And again, we've got they're leaving sort of single players at various different points to defend them. So I guess that strategy's working for them at this point because again they've maintained that sort of 10-point lead. I'm going to Ghost Rider here.
We have lost objective apples.
I don't think he knows he's in there. Well, he's got the one Fear member, but that sounds like some more on the way in. Looks like they're going to take that Alpha point. Good takedown by the Battlefield Bats. They're just increasing their lead at this point. And looks like they are taking Butter, Alpha, and Charlie, so they're going to run the board at this point. Fear's got one member just way out here. So let's see what's up with that. Oh, so he's going to take the back alley into Charlie. As we said earlier on in the game, this is where we often see a lot of action here in this back alley, a lot of flanks.
We have taken objective butter.
Aim assist has actually been turned off in the game, although aim rotation is turned on. So they're not going to see themselves getting the aim off. Fear likes to use a lot of smoke to keep their defense going. And he's down. Alright, so it looks like Fear is going to take Alpha and Beta Point, and Bats are going to take Charlie Point. At this point, the Bats are moving into Charlie Point, so let's go watch that attack. They've been not using a lot of spotting, but typically the Bats are a hardcore clan, and so not used to spotting that much. So they typically probably aren't as used to using spotting as the Fear clan, Fear platoon is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say clan. We like to say platoon these days. So the Fear platoon is doing. So it looks like Outlaw now is making a push on Butter. He's not alone. He's got one other bat at Butter. Nope. Actually, he just spotted that player. So good use of spotting. The Bats are starting to make better use of spotting.
We are losing objective apples.
And they take the board, but again, they're going to be losing Charlie now.
We have lost objective Charlie.
Alright, so it looks like the Fear platoon has definitely just taken Alpha and Beta. They're looking to take Charlie at this point. Let's follow them into their attack on Charlie. Oh, that's a very good defense. So let's move out. Let's see if they can manage this flank. That's a good takedown. But they get taken down by the bats. Bats are now at 170 to 151, so about a 20-point lead. And let's follow. Let's actually go to free cam. And we'll zoom out a bit here. Okay, so that looks like the alpha point. So we've got fear members in the building and in the building on the flag. Look, doesn't look like the bats have seen the two members of fear that are in the upper building, who are now firing down into the other building. They've taken one of the bats out. That's actually a very good strategy to buddy up, to anchor a point. So yeah, so it looks like Fear is going to take the alpha point. Bats are going to hold Charlie. They've got Outlaw at Charlie, and he's the only one making a defense there. Although that defense seems to have succeeded. And now, looks like we're doing a battle for butter at this point. And the one bat is taking down a butter, so that means that Fear is going to take alpha and butter. And that's going to almost bring them within 10 points of catching up to the Battlefield Bats for this first game on MEN. Here's a battle for Charlie. Looks like they're trying to flank, but not sure how successful that flank is going to be. And yeah, the bat gets taken out. So Charlie point I think is going to go to Fear, Butter goes to Fear, and Alpha goes to Fear. So they're going to run the board unless this late stage push from Battlefield Bats can hold Charlie, or at least take it back. But here comes Fear through the buildings. They're going to try and make a push on Charlie as well. It's interesting, it seems to have been 2-on-2 for most of this game. Oh, and Bats are going to hold Charlie at this point. So it looks like 2-on-2 for this game for most cases. You'll notice that 2 Bats are at butter at this point. And I think if we flew over here to Alpha, we would see a 2-man. Actually, we would see Alpha completely, almost completely undefended. So here comes a Battlefield Bat into Alpha. Oh no, that was a really good crossfire by Fear. That was an excellent defensive Alpha. Let's go back over here to Charlie. Charlie's being held. Battlefield Bats are within 8 points of winning this map. And Fear is making a really big push on Alpha. They're going to try in the last few moments to tie this up, and if they can, pull out a win here. Maybe by taking all the flags or by running the entire flag, because they now have Alpha and Beta. They really need to make a push on Charlie at this point if they're going to stand a chance of taking this game or turning this around. It's been very close though. These are very closely matched teams at this point. Okay, let's zoom out. Whoops, that's zooming in. That's not going to help us. Take a look at the entire board. Wow, that's a really good long shot. And we're now within 1 point of the game match ending, and really stuck on that 1 point. And looks, yeah, there we go. So Battlefield Bats will take that first map, the German Empire. They started with a 10-point lead. They kept a 10-point lead, and that's about it. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next round here. Ghost Rider with wow, Outlaw had 42 kills there. So you know the Battlefield Bats were actually down one player, managed to pull out that particular map. So that's interesting. But probably by just the sheer amount of kills. Okay, so we're getting ready for the second map now. Looks like Fear will now be on the blue team. They'll be the Devil's Dozen, or Fear will be the United States, and Battlefield Bats will be on the German Empire side. This one will actually start right at the 40-second mark. There won't be any delay in starting it. So let's go to not turn on my. Let's go to free cam view here. I don't know why I'm clocking. That's weird. Seems like maybe the server is stuck. Okay, so here are different points. Here's the butter point. And, oh, actually, sorry, the game has started. Alright, so Fear is going to take the first flag, and they're going to take butter. Here comes Battlefield Bats. They're moving in towards butter. It looks like they're spotting, which is quite good. And then they're taking the alpha point. But losing Charlie and losing out on Butter. So I don't know if this was the Fear map, Ballroom Blitz. Actually, I haven't really played the Domination on the Ballroom Blitz map yet, but definitely looks like an interesting map to play. So let's follow in here to. All right, looks like we're on Dooman on the Battlefield Bats. He's using rocket grenades, which I'm not sure is actually, or rifle grenades, which I'm not entirely sure is allowed in DCL rules. Looks like he took it off though, so I think they're probably fine there. Oh, he gets taken down after taking down two of the Fear troopers. Alright, so it looks like Fear now has the Alpha flag, but they're losing the Butter flag and the Charlie flag. They still have about a 5-point lead at this point. Let's move in right now with Fear. As they take, looks like they're going to take the Charlie point.
We are losing objective apples.
They're hitting us hard! Don't let them take the objective!
So it looks like, sounds like Bats are taking the Alpha point, but
we have lost objective apples.
Fear seems to be defending here at Charlie. Maybe they're slightly changing up their tactics, but it seems to be working for them because they continue to hold that sort of 5-point lead. If they can expand that lead, then that's going to be quite helpful. But they just took objective A.
Apples.
Looks like Oh wow, looks like bats are making a real play for that Charlie
We have
point.
lost objective Charlie.
And we're going to zoom in a little bit here. Oh, that's our tabletop version. Sorry. Alright, so here's our freehand version. So bats are taking the butter point. They're now moving to the courtyard towards Alpha, although they already they're losing Charlie. This is actually a much closer game than the last game, which was, they routinely held a 10 to 15 point lead, but now are almost have this tied up. Fear still has about a 6-5 point lead, so tough to overcome that when it's a really well-balanced match, well-balanced teams. Looks like the bats need to do a little bit more pushing on the objective at this point. They're holding objective A. Looks like they need to push on objective C at this point to really start to get those tickets to go in their favor. Looks like Outlaw's going to make a play for objective Charlie. We've got two Fear members here on this side, but one has gone down. Oh, that's a big explosion in Charlie. It looks like, yeah, Outlaw is down. Here comes Ghost Rider moving into the Charlie point. He's going to make a push, and I think he's going to be relatively unopposed. Nope. Yeah, he is going to be relatively unopposed to Charlie, but he's down, so I'm guessing that's not the case. So it looks like Battlefield Bats have now managed to take a 1-point lead in the match, but that could go back and forth at this point. They're really pushing on Charlie point. I think they're trying to keep Fear in the Charlie point if they can, battling it out for Charlie, and therefore continuing to hold the butter and the Alpha flags without much effort. Oh, okay. Looks like they're going to cap Charlie at this point. And that's going to open up a 10 to 11 point lead in the game. Fear's going to take Charlie point. They're going to push on Charlie point. Battlefield Bats seem to have very well. Oh, Fear's also pushing out butter, but the Bats have anchored at Alpha, hopefully again to be able to deploy their troops much more easily to the various different flags. Sun Champion defending Alpha, but he started there on his own. Ghost Rider then now is moving into Alpha, and I think Gomez takes down Ghost Rider, or maybe it's Davis. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the Fear troops' names. I don't play with them as much. Jarosevic, he's down. And it looks like we've got Black Vans 84, who's a Battlefield Bat. Oh, they've moved up to 5 players. Okay, so maybe Vans 84, he must have joined late into the second game. So it looks like they're going to take Charlie, or they're going to try and take Charlie. They haven't taken Charlie yet. Alpha is being held and Beta is being held by Battlefield Bats, who have now opened up a fairly significant lead in the game. That's actually a pretty solid strategy there. Okay, so let's do some spectating here. We're going to do some spectating to the Fear troops. We have to find them. Okay, so let's. He took down a bat. We're on Stoner now. Stoner sounds like he's got some incoming bats on his side here. He's But I think he's just about to be overpowered.
We have lost objective Alpha.
He gets taken out by a rocket gun. That was a really
We have
interesting
lost
rocket
objective
gun
butter.
shot. All right, let's move back up to free camera so we can take a look at the entire battlefield. And Battlefield Bats have now opened 30-point lead at this point in the game. It's going to be tough for Fear to come back from that lead. Looks like Bats will take Charlie Point. Fear holds Alpha, Bats hold Butter. Fear's making a play for Butter at this point with a lone trooper. It's not a bad strategy for taking that flag. Looks like they're on the post at this point, so I think they're probably going to take that flag, and they're going to hold the Alpha flag. Well, looks like most of the Bats are down at Charlie, but are now making their way through to the Alpha point. Actually, looks like they're splitting their troops, so they're hitting Alpha, and then they've got most of Fear engaged at Alpha. Looks like maybe Black Vance is trying to take Butter. Nope, Ghost Rider's at Butter. Vance is attempting to root out some of the Fear troops, but looks like we've got quite the gun battle happening here for Butter. And looks like Fear took that gun battle. Yeah, the Bats were pretty much wiped out there. So I think they'll probably spawn in again over here at Charlie. Yep, here's where they've shown up. Let's see if we can find somebody to spectate here. Okay, that was Outlaw, and Outlaw gets taken down. But he gets revived, only to be taken down one more time. Let's go to
We have lost objective
Dr.
apples.
Doom here from Fear. Probably the one Fear member that I actually know his name. So they're going to take the Butter objective.
We have taken objective
And will
butter.
now try and move their way through to... Oh, they're going to do a flank towards Charlie. That's actually a pretty good tactic to try and flank. Because I think they may be largely... No, they're not unimposed at Charlie. Looks like there's quite a few people in there. But you can see how well balanced these teams are when you see sort of scores of 5-3. Okay, their Gamus is going to make one more push for Butter, but he gets taken out by a very nasty crossfire. And now it looks like Battlefield Bats are holding all objectives, with Fear about to take the Charlie objective. But they've got a pretty healthy lead of about almost 50 points at this point. So it's going to be very difficult for Fear to come back from sort of a 50-point deficit. Let's go to free cam view. Let's follow the Bats as they, follow Fear as they head down towards the Alpha point. There are the Bats that are defending Alpha. There's a lot of them on Alpha at this point. We're going to take out the Fear members. Let's go down here to the Bat side and spectate this from their point of view. That must be Ghost Rider. No, it's not Ghost Rider. It's, actually don't know who that is. He's throwing out medical package. Oh, Black Vance is throwing out medical packages at this point. Not so easy to do free cam on this game. I always wanted to stand on top of here. See what that's like. Oh, that's a good viewpoint. I wish I could find my way up there when I'm playing Conquest. So Fear is definitely going to take the butter point. They've swarmed the butter point. They've made their way through to butter, but Bats hold Charlie and hold Alpha, so not being helpful to hold just one point here. They're definitely going to have to start a flank going, but it looks like the Bats are just reducing their numbers. They're trying to hold them to butter to ensure that they don't achieve some other points, but they're definitely Fear's going to take Alpha at this point. There's a lone Bat there defending Alpha, and he's down. And I don't see any Bats defending Charlie at this point, so it could be a wide open map for Fear to take a number of different positions. The Bats have been pushed back to Alpha, but it looks like they're going to run into Alpha at this point. But again, they now have a over 50-point lead, so it's going to be quite difficult for Fear to come back from that much of a deficit. Oh, that was actually a good revive by Black, I believe by Black Vans. He's actually been doing quite well in this game. And I can't go through windows. So let's see if we can...
help! I'm gonna need some help! Smoke canister, go now!
Grunovich is, he's calling for some help. He gets taken down by Dooman. Let's see if we can find Vans and follow him for a moment. Oh, here's Ghost Rider. Let's follow Ghost Rider as he tries to take Charlie. And he gets taken out. Looks like the Bats hold Alpha, although they're losing Alpha at this point. And they're going to... Fear's going to take Alpha. Charlie, while the Bats are going to take Butter. So, trying to find, okay, so let's go in here and check out the battle for Charlie Point. That didn't last very long. But Fear is still, no, the Bats are going to take Charlie Point. Fear is going to hold Alpha, although it looks like they're losing Alpha at this point. Let's follow Fear in as they try and defend Alpha. Oh, that's really good crossfire. These guys are really good at crossfire. They're really good at leading with smoke. I think they're just primarily getting outmaneuvered at this point. And outmaneuvered. Definitely really good use of an LMG right there. I mean, he's just mowing them down. So they're going to continue to... but the Battlefield Bats continue to hold Alpha, so the really weird thing is that Fear is not pushing on that point. Okay, here they go. They're going to push on that point at this point. So they're really just using that LMG, it looks like, as a really effective defense. He's just tearing people up with that LMG. That is a really strong defensive tool that they're using. Actually quite surprised he hasn't been spotted at this point. Definitely helping out his team members.
We have lost objective apples.
I'm hurt bad! Help me out!
Fear is also really good at using their fire effectively in this game. I've noticed that they have a tendency to low fire and upper fire. He's definitely got some company coming up behind him here, though. It sounds like, according to what I'm hearing. So they've taken objective A. So the Fear holds objective Apples and Butter. They're down by about 7 at this point. They're just he's just about to get taken down. Although again, that was an excellent LMG defense. I mean, really, really well done. And let's go look at some of the bats here. Outlaw. Well, oh well, well that was Sun Champion doing an excellent use of his pistol, and Sun Champion is killed by Outlaw.
We have lost
So
objective
that was a
apples.
friendly kill. Probably not a great moment for Outlaw. So let us follow Fear in at this point as they make their attack on Charlie. Looks like
we have lost objective apples.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna hold.
We have lost objective apples.
Doctor gets taken out as the bats move in to attempt to take Charlie. Oh, it looks like they're going to have a revive here, so we'll stick with Fear at this point. They're using smoke as an effective screen.
We have taken objective butter.
Looks like they're going to now move towards Alpha.
We have lost objective Charlie.
And they're going to try and take and hold Alpha, but they've got bats on their tails. Oh, Duman took him out, even though he had a melee shot on him. Alright, let's move out, take a look at the board. Looks like the Battlefield Bats have got Alpha. Fear has got Beta and Charlie, but Bats are holding Alpha at this point. And again, there's now 190 to 122. 60-point lead. There's really no way that Fear can come back from that 60-point lead at this point. At this point, it's somewhat of a game-over situation. In fact, it almost looks like Fear is... No, they're still here. But don't seem to be pushing very much. Yeah, this is pretty much game over for Fear at this point. Looks like the Battlefield Bats will take this match and will take the game, the string, and so we may be signing off here in just a few minutes. Let's see if we can move in here to the Butter Courtyard. Fear is definitely going to hold this courtyard. I don't think at this point it's a big deal for... Oh no, here we go. The Bats are pushing on Butter still. So they're not giving up, even though they don't have all the points yet, or even though they're more likely going to be winning this, they're going to keep on pushing until they've fully won the map. Let's go over here to the battle. Wow, a lot happening here at Alpha. Looks like they're really, they're also reviving really well. It looks like the Bats are reviving their team members quite well. We've got an incoming fire here down the hall at the Butter Point. And we're about 2 points away from this thing being over. Alright. So we'll probably need one more kill here, and this is over. And Battlefield Bats will take that, and we'll take the match. So good job, Battlefield Bats, for taking this. I am your host with the most, Social HR Guy, and this has been Monday Night Scrim between Fear and Battlefield Bats. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast.